Hi there everyone, this is Shah from CharliesAngelTarot, and today we're going to discuss the Queen of Pentacles and the story behind her and her husband, the King of Pentacles. You will also find out why she is known as Mother Earth and she stands for fertility and birth. So I hope you enjoy the stories, and I'm sorry if I sound a bit hazy, but I'm losing my voice. But I just want to finish the series because I want to do other things as well, like the romance readings for next month and the full moon. So bear with me for my haziness. The Queen of Pentacles. The card of the Queen of Pentacles portrays a beautiful woman with rich dark brown hair and brown eyes, wearing a sensual draped russet robe of golden and a golden crown. She is seated in a golden throne, whose arms are engraved with the heads of bulls. In her right hand she holds a golden pentacle, in her left a bunch of purple grapes. Around her lie ripe green and golden pastures, in which a herd of cattle can be seen. Now, the King of Pentacles here has ram's horns, so I want to do more research, or that could be fully grown bull, and this could be a bullet, the little bull, because the King of Pentacles represents Taurus and she represents Virgo. Okay, mainly. Here, in the card of the Queen of Pentacles, we meet the receptive, stable, sensuous dimension of the element of earth. This is embodied in the mythic figure of the Queen Omphal, which the name means navel, and that's where the birth string is attached to. Omphal appears in the cycle of the stories concerning the hero Hercules, who at a low point in his career was taken to Asia and offered for sale as a nameless slave, a far cry from the hero as we first met him in the Major Arcana card, the Strength. He was brought to Ophel, the Queen of Lydia, a woman with a good eye for a bargain, and he served her faithfully for 3 years, riding Asia Minor of the bandits who infested the countryside. Ophel had been bequeathed her kingdom by her late husband and ruled it ably because of her pragmatic and powerful character. She bought Hercules as a lover rather than a fighter, and he fathered 3 sons on her. She made the best of her time with the hero by indulging herself thoroughly. Reports reaches Greece that Hercules had discarded his lion pelt and instead wore jewelry, necklaces, golden bracelets, a woman's turban, purple shawl, and a Meonian girdle. There he sat, the story went, teasing wool from a wool basket or spinning the thread, trembling when his mistress scolded him. He let himself be combeded and manicured by Ophal's maids while she dressed up in his lion pelt and wielded his club and bow. One day the pair visited some vineyards, and the god Pan, which is the devil, as we know from this book, whom we have already met in the Major Arcana card of the devil, caught sight of them from the hillside, falling in love with Omphal. The goated-footed god bade farewell to his nymphs and declared undying love for the Lydian queen Omphal. Well aware that Pan pursued her, suggested to Hercules as he retired from the night in the grotto, that they exchanged clothes. At midnight, Pan crept into the grotto, found someone whom he thought was Ophel, lying asleep, and with trembling hands tried to assault what turned out to be the furious Hercules. The hero kicked the Pan across the grotto, and he and Ophel laughed until they cried to see the goat god sprawled into the corner, nursing his bruises. Since that day, Pan has absorbed clothes and summons his officials naked to his rides. Ophel, the Queen of Pentacles, is an image of feminine strength and sensuality which can enslave even the untamed brute like Hercules. In one sense, she represents the sensuality of the body itself. Hence her name, for the Greeks believed that passion was centered in the navel and which is presented in both men and women. This is not simply craving for the physical satisfaction, but the primordial force which possesses both dignity and power. In serving Queen Ophel, Hercules passed through a kind of initiation, and we too, when we encounter the Queen of Pentacles within ourselves, must bow to the power of the instincts and acknowledgement that even the highest mind and most refined spiritual exist in the body, which is made of earth. Ophel is not, however, merely essential. She is a ruler in her own right, prepared to be generous, but always pragmatic and protective of her own wealth and territory. Her purpose of the hero as a lover is made not because no other lovers are available, but because she wants the best. Thus, she may also be taken as an image of self-value, because Ophel treats herself and her body as well as her country with care and lavish generosity. She possesses the endurance and the stability of the earth itself. Although sensuality alone cannot fill a life, Ophel is an image of great importance and value. When the Queen of Pentacles appears in a spread, it is time for the individual to learn about the full expression of his or her sensuality, the value of the body, and the importance of those pleasures which preserve and enrich life. The individual may also be called upon to learn to sustain and preserve material resources, holding conditions stable and secure, and husbanding money and energy. The Queen of Pentacles may enter one's life as a strong, sensual woman, self-sufficient and hard-working, yet generous and willing to indulge herself and others if it suits to her purposes. But if such a woman enters one's life, it suggests that these qualities are trying to emerge from within one's self, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. And if something comes from within ourselves, if it is used in a negative sense, it could mean selfishness, greed. So I think we can learn a lot from her story. Now, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The card of the King of Pentacles portrays a sweary man with dark brown hair and a beard, solidly built and obviously contented with his powerful worldly position. He is seated in a golden throne whose arms are engraved with the heads of goats. So that could be Capricorn. And it is usually the page that's the Capricorn. Okay. Behind him rises a fortified castle, built of stone and draped with vines. In front of the castle, his menials and attendants stand ready to serve him. In his hands he holds a golden pentacle, while beneath his feet lies a heap of golden coins, tiny pentacles. This accumulation of worldly wealth, he is a richly but tastefully robed in golden brocade, and wears a golden crown. On the grass beside him a brown goat graces. So that shows you again a difference in Rider-Waite's story. I'm going to stop it and I'm going to get my Rider-Waite. Now here you see that the king holds a scepter, and here you can definitely see that there's shorter horns, and I'll enlarge it a little bit so that you can see it with me. Here you can see the bull very, very clearly, and here you can see that the horns are much longer, that it's a goat's head instead of a bull's head, and here you've got the bull's head as well. Wow. Okay. Here in the card of the King of Pentacles, we meet the active, dynamic dimension of the element of earth. This is embodied by the mythic king Midas, a pleasure-loving king of Macedonia. In his infancy, a procession of ants was observed carrying grains of wheat upon the side of his cradle and placing them between his lips as he slept, a prodigy which the soothsayers read as an omen of the great wealth that would accrue to him. Midas ruled as a wise and poised king, and his kindness to the drunken satyr Silenos, tutor of the gods of the Dionysos, earned him a gratitude of the unpredictable god Dionysos offered to grant Midas one wish, to which Midas replied without hesitation, "Pray grant that all I touch be turned into gold." The king soon regretted this indiscretion, for not only stones, flowers, and furnishings of his house turned to gold, but when he sat down to the table, so did the food he ate and the water he drank. Midas soon begged to be released from his wish, because he was rapidly dying of hunger and thirst. Dionysos, highly entertained but compassionate, told him to visit the source of the river Pactolus, where Midas washed himself and was at once freed from the golden touch, but the sands of the river Pactolus are bright with gold to this day. Midas, the King of Pentacles, is an image of human ambition. He is an aspiration to the status and worldly achievements, our desire for power and recognition in the eyes of others, our need for material security. Our pride is having worked to earn what we have. The ambition is also a dynamic spirit, for it is not content with comfort, but must have challenges. In the myth, Midas earns the reward of the god Dionysos through an act of kindness, sympathy for the drunken old Saturn, whom everyone else despises and ridicules. This hints at an important truth about worldly success. It depends not only upon hard work and cleverness, but also upon recognizing and understanding those aspects of human behavior which are lazy, indolent, drunk, and bestial. only by tolerating and containing these things portrayed by the old satire can be the foundations of worldly power, authority be secure, for otherwise the individual can be corrupted simply because he is unconscious of his own potential for corruption. The King of Pentacles has reached the top because he has the right qualities of leadership, authority, realism and discipline to overcome the obstacles in his path. But, as the myth suggests, he must also learn a hard lesson about his own greed. Midas already has enough and more. He is a rich and powerful king and does not exactly go about the threadbare clothes. He is entitled to be ambitious, but his ambition cannot be put before everything, or he will die of hunger and thirst. Having learned his lesson, the king is content to bask in his rewards. He is an unashamed materialist, and when he encountered this figure in ourselves, we encounter our own materialism, even if it previously we had believed ourselves to be idealists. With contempt for such crassness, the king is healthy and strong, although, as with every card in the tarot, one cannot remain stuck in a single facet of life. The encounter with material ambition and its challenges and rewards can be productive and healing one, even if it means one must, in some form, experience Midas's hard lesson. When the King of Pentacles appears in the spread, it is time for the individual to take up the challenge of worldly things, but inner movements often need a catalyst, and therefore the King of Pentacles may enter one's life as an earthy, strong, successful individual, one who has the Midas touch, who has the gift of manifesting creative ideas in the world. But such an individual is a catalyst for one's own developing material self-confidence, and that is the King of Pentacles. Wow. I hope you have enjoyed the series so far, and I hope you will join me for the series or the suit of wands. Thank you. Please like and share and subscribe. Thank you.